Hi, I'm Eric Grant from Sailrite. In this video, we're going to show you how a die that Sailrite doesn't sell, it actually comes from Snap's tool, but it works great in the HandyPress. The HandyPress actually accepts all kinds of brands of dies. It does take an adapter that Sailrite sells, but it puts in bedazzling stuff like these fancy grommets you can put on your dog collar. And we're going to show you how it works in the HandyPress.
There are many reasons the HandyPress may just be the world's best bench mount hand press, but the main one is this: there's one press for all the dies, no matter the brand. If it was made for a hand press, chances are it will work in the HandyPress. To install these Rhinestone Grommets, first we need to punch a hole in our fabric. To accomplish this, take the thumb screw out of its keeper. The upper shaft on the HandyPress has a lower hole and an upper hole. Thread the thumb screw in the upper hole. To punch our holes, we're going to be using the Sailrite No. 2 drill hole cutter. This is a 3/8 inch hole. We'll insert it in the upper shaft and tighten down the thumb screw. The next task is to set the sweet compression. Depress the lever of the HandyPress. Your goal is to have the lever of the HandyPress be 10 degrees down from horizontal, which is the lowest it will travel down. And at that position, the cutter's blade be slightly buried into the cutting board surface. To achieve that task, raise or lower the upper shaft by rotating it to the left or the right until that goal is achieved. That is the sweet compression, much like a pair of vice grips work. You can slide the workbench fore and aft and set the position of where you want the holes to be placed in your assembly. Here we're locking down the workbench, and then you can use the back fence so that your holes are placed exactly where you want them as you slide your assembly across the back fence. An optional accessory that you may want to consider is the HandyPress ruler. It has inches on one side and centimeters on the other side. It can be attached on the left or right side of the workbench. And now you can punch holes from 0 inches up to 12 inches away with total accuracy. Here we're placing a hole every 3 inches. Okay, now it's time to show how to install the Rhinestone Grommets, and these are from snapstools.com, also the dies. These are not available from Sailrite. But you do need the adapter that comes from Sailrite to be able to use them, so the part number's on the screen for this. The adapter comes with a rubber O-ring. Slide it onto the threaded post of your die, as shown here. Then screw on the adapter all the way to the base. Make sure it's securely screwed on and comes up against the rubber O-ring. Insert the upper die with its adapter screwed onto it and tighten down the thumb screw. The lower die will require the spring coil and the washer, as seen here, that comes with the HandyPress. Insert the washer onto the lower die and then the spring coil. It's helpful to rotate the spring coil onto the base of the lower die as you push it on. Then place the lower die into the base of the HandyPress and tighten down its thumb screw. We need to set the sweet compression like we did before for the hole cutter by rotating the shaft either left or right. Our goal here is to have the upper die's rubber housing come in contact with the lower die and our lever at 10 degrees. We're not going to go over that since we've already did that with the hole cutter. This is perfect. It's now time to take our rhinestone washer with the rhinestones facing up and push it into our upper die. The rubber housing will hold it in place. Push it all the way up, and then take our eyelet and place it on the lower die as shown. Then take your assembly with hole pre-punched and lower the lever. And if you need to make adjustments, then you can either raise the upper shaft or lower it. So we recommend that you do this in scrap first before you do it in your final assembly and make adjustments if necessary. Once everything is set appropriately, you can do this as quickly as you can load the dies and depress the lever. So as you can see, the HandyPress works with a multitude of dies, even dies that Sailrite does not carry. You can get your HandyPress from Sailrite today. I'm Eric Grant, and from all of us here at Sailrite, thanks for watching.